as you know, I've been putting insulation up in the ceiling in the living room. That's why this is sitting here. But today we also got, I mean, it's not pretty by no means, but we had to put a chicken wire up around the garden. Made a little door. Actually, Karen made that. All I did was lay it on the ground and she put it together. And she did all this stuff here for me. Pretty much all I did was put the boards going up and down. I did all those, and I wrapped the fence around. And then she got all the boards and put on. We ran out. There's not that much chicken wire there, so instead of getting the other small roll I have, because it would go around halfway again too, I just utilized the boards that we need. It's pretty much just to keep the pup out, because the puppy's been getting in. Because when I first did the garden, filled it up with dirt, that middle one right there, actually that one and the one straight across from it, I put like potato peels and some lettuce ends, whatever, underneath all that dirt, and then put dirt on top of it for like compost. But the dogs can smell it, and the pups have been getting in that middle one there. We did have our mint growing right here in these two, but I had to move it down there because I don't want it to grow out over too far until I find another place to put it. I think I got 2 tomato plants over there and a green pepper plant over there. I want to bring that over. I think I'm going to put it inside here at the end. She moved the watermelon and the cantaloupe inside. I'm not sure if I have any cantaloupe growing. I'm pretty sure I saw something in there. But we got one out of all the seeds that Skylar put in there. We've got 1 watermelon grown. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 off of that. I know that's probably going to have to come out and go somewhere else, but I got to figure out where. And then doing a little work up here. I put a little table up here between the trees. That's where I cooked the other night. That's my grill laying there on the ground. We put our coolers up there and do our laundry up there too, so I can sit here and do it. I got a bunch of trees cut down. Karen swept or raked all this up pretty good. I got a weed whack in here and get all this little shit done, but we got a lot of the stuff off the ground here. This pile right here needs to be put. That's gonna get all that small stuff. I'm gonna gather it up and I'm gonna put it in a big pile down on the other side somewhere for the garden next year, so we can fill it up with that stuff and then put dirt on top. But yeah, I took down a big pine tree right here. It was right there. You can see the stump right there. And then I don't know if I'm gonna take that cedar down or not. This one here I think is gonna be coming down. These here, this one and this one and that one, those are gonna stay. I'm gonna make Skylar a tree fort here. I'm gonna use one of the cedar trees that I took down over there and put a post right here, so I have 4 posts, 4 trees. And then this right here that needs to get all cleaned up, that's my driveway. It goes down that way. So when it goes down that way, I gotta clean this stuff up right here. But once I've been cutting all that stuff up, we had a huge ass fire last night. Started burning the stuff down there behind the shed. Big burn pile that I have. Look at all the stuff that I've gathered in just like 2 months of living here. Look at that. All that wood right there laying on the ground, that was all free. It's all plank wood out of an old house. I've got a bunch of they're bigger pallets, but they're made out of like 2x3. I'm gonna use those for the chicken coops. The chicken, I don't know, what do you call it? Coop? House? Run? Whatever. The coop and the house, or the run. That's what I'm going to use for that. And then I'm going to make a something like a hoop garden, but something for the chickens. Probably about 4 foot wide, probably about 8 foot long, so I can move them around in the yard and let them eat all the grass and shit. Bugs. I filled up the pool today for Daisy and the pup because they were really hot. They were panting pretty good. But I'm gonna try and clean this spot up here. I want to get this little tree out of here. I was gonna take that tree out, but it's pretty far away from that rock. I want to dig this rock out, and then I want to get it down far enough that the top of that tote is right at the top of that rock, and then I'm gonna make a deck right here, and that's gonna be our little swim hole. So I got to get the filter off my son. He has one up there in PA. When we go up to visit, he said I can have it. So we'll do that. Now we got the screen tent put up yesterday. Skylar and Karen helped me cut down some brush, and I weed whacked, and we got a big ass pile up there now. I don't know if I'm gonna burn that shit up in there or not. I think I might end up taking that down too. One of the neighbors up here that live up above us that I get the water from, he has got a big pit he said he needs to burn, so if I have anything, to take it down there and let him burn it down there. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna start getting this shit cleaned up, and I'll run that stuff down to him because I need water too. But I'll try and get all this brush done and try to get that pile there done too. So I'm gonna weed whack all this stuff here, get this all weed whacked down through here so it's all down. I don't want nothing growing. But up in there is where we are probably gonna build another house eventually. And I'm thinking just over that way, or maybe even up farther in the woods. What I want to do is I want to go up. Can I zoom out even farther? I want to come up the drive here, go right through those trees right here, and you can actually go over that way a little bit farther. There is a tree, big tree right over in here. Right there, you can see that white thing? That's my camera up in the woods. So the driveway goes right up on the left-hand side of that, and then you can take a left, go straight up through, pretty much right on the property line. And then there's a big tree over there that's down. I need to get that cut. I'm not going to cut up the whole damn thing. It can sit there and rot away, but I want to cut enough that I can go underneath it, or cut it away so I don't have to go underneath it. But I want to make a drive all the way up along our boundary, and maybe I'll put a place up just a little bit farther behind all this stuff that you can't see anything. But if you go up in the woods just a little bit farther, you can see our neighbor that lives right over here, the one John and his wife and daughter. So yeah, by next year hopefully we have something for somebody to stay in up here. I might even build something right here. It's kind of hard to do anything right here because the property line is right in those bushes. It comes up just on that side of the driveway and comes up through here. Like, there's a log laying right over in there. That's probably right on the property line. So like, maybe build a place right here on top of this rock. That'd be awesome. Clean that off and build like an 8x10 shed with a bunk. That'd be enough for like Junior and Felicia to come down, put a double bed at the bottom and a little bunk up on top. Then I can have Mom come down next year. Hopefully get her mom to come down. Hopefully we can get some sewer put in here some fucking place. I have no idea where I actually want to put it now. I was going to put it over there on that side down there at the bottom.
Yeah, we gotta find that out.
Yeah.
About that, you said?
So it's either going to be over there, or it's going to be right in here, right down below us, or it's going to have to go over in here. I wouldn't mind it being over here. Then I could take it from like wherever we're going to have we're probably still going to have an outdoor shower and bathroom. So if it's over that way, I can run a pipe right over through here and run it right up to here. Until we figure out next year if we want to actually build something for us up there in the woods. If we do that, this place here is probably going to get torn down and everything reused. I've kind of always wanted an A-frame. She's kind of always wanted an A-frame, I think. The oil? Oh. Take it over there to that pile of wood over there and just dump it right inside the wood. Oh, you know what? No. Get one of those bottles over there, and there should be a funnel inside on my bench. Put it in one of those bottles, because I can use it when we need to start a fire and shit. There is rain coming? God damn it. She's always freaking swearing. It's always rain this and rain that with you. Careful, baby. I know I got a lot of piles of shit to clean up. That's what we've been doing though. That stuff there, just piles of shit that we break down from here. Like we have stumps like that I cut off flush with the ground. And now, one of the things I want to do is this whole shit here. Once I get this stuff cleaned up tomorrow, this stuff here is gonna get put somewhere else. It's just for outdoor burning. I might just load it up on the trailer and take it up in the woods, because we have the screen tent up there. I would like to make a fireplace up in there. So that's the other thing I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go around trying to find rocks. I might even try to break up some of this shit down here that's down here. There's a rock right there. Well, right there underneath the tomato plants. It's starting to break up in spots. This one here, it's got a lot of stuff laying right in front of it. It's been chipping off. That one's got a chip there. I can probably bust a bunch of that off and make some nice rocks for a fireplace. That's a big freaking rock. All that dirt right there, that's really good dirt right there. You need to rinse it out. Let's go on the other side and see if you can open up the latch. No, over here. You have to pull that latch. There's water in there. You gotta pull it really, really hard. Come on, you can do it. Come on, muscles. Come on, use those titty muscles. There, you got it. I got a lot of wood over here yet I need to pick up. I need to get something going with the lawn mower. I don't like to use the blades on the lawn mower because I hit shit and just bust them up anyway. I got a brand new set inside, but I don't want to use them. I've got some cable. I'm gonna take the mower deck off sometime here and try some cable on it. I did use some weed whacker wire on it. I had some bigger stuff put on it. It does work. It's just getting it to stay on. I was doubling it, looping it, and tying it at the end, and then putting it through a hole. Like I cut there's my face. I'm sweating, man. It's hot up here. It's not too bad now, but anyway, the blades on the mower deck, I cut them off short, really short. And right next to where the nut is, where you put it on, there's 2 holes on each side of the nut. So I've been putting the weed whacker line through those, and it does work. It works great. I did pretty much the whole yard on where, like, the side that we park on, and almost the whole side over here where the other driveway entrance is. And I lost one side completely, and it was only running on one. And you can get 2 on each blade, so it was working really good. And then I went with the bigger stuff that I had, and I couldn't get the stuff to stay on. So I'm gonna try. I've got some really thick dog cable that has plastic on it. I'm gonna try and cut a piece and run it through the hole at the top. I hate to do it through the top. I don't know, I'm gonna have to see how the hell I can do that. But I'd like to run it all the way through so it's all one piece and try that. That might stay on a hell of a lot easier or better. If I run it through the top, then the cable's going to be at the top of the blades, which I guess isn't bad. It's just that the way these the mower blades are made, they're curved, and the blade is curved downwards, probably like an inch, because they're stupid mulching blades. And so it's going to be about an inch higher. I don't really give a shit as long as it cuts the grass down. I don't care what height it is. I have to keep the mower up all the way anyway, just in case there's anything laying in the yard that I can't see. But I think by now I pretty much have everything cleaned up. Been doing so much different shit. So all this wood that we've gotten for free, I've been putting up on the ceiling in the living room, and I wanted to get some insulation that was 23 by 3.5 inches, so it would fit in between the rafters. But we didn't have the money to buy that. That's $120 per bag. It'd probably be about four or five bags to do the whole ceiling. So we had leftover stuff from underneath when we did the floor. We had 2 bags. That stuff's only 16 inches wide. So what I did was I rolled it out and cut it at 24 inches, even though you only needed 23. But and then the shit was 8 inches thick. So I took it apart. I undone the insulation. It's pretty easy to take it apart because it's kind of layered. So I got 4 layers out of one 24-inch piece. So I did, once I put the boards up, I put like 4 boards up, and then I would put one piece of the insulation in. And since I took the layers off, it gives it enough room up there because it's only 5.5 inches because it's still 2x6 rafters. So there's probably about 2 inches in between the insulation and the ceiling, so for the roof, so it can breathe. So different with the eaves up in here. I took one off to see if it would help let some hot air out, but I don't want to take everything off. I tried putting vents in it, and that doesn't freaking help. I know what I need to do. I need to put soffit in there, and I will put soffit in there when I have the money to get it. But once we get the whole thing done here in the living room, I think I'm going to cut the board right about there where the living room stops, take those off, and let that air flow through there. Because I already noticed the difference. We're about 3/4 of the way done, and you can already tell a little difference. I mean, it's still hot as hell in there, but you can't feel, like if you're sitting on the couch, you can't feel the radiation of the heat coming down on you. But there's still nothing in the bedrooms at the ends. The kitchen and the living room's pretty much done. So once we get that done, right now I'm not doing any more tonight. I'm gonna be hooking up the lights in the living room and the kitchen, and I want to install a light right here above the refrigerator. We took the refrigerator out of the house because this damn thing, it does work. The freezer works great. The refrigerator wasn't getting as cold as it should, but it's working fine outside now. But it would like kind of defrost, and it has a pan underneath. It's old enough that it actually has a pan. and it was getting the floor all wet inside. So I said, screw that, I'm not going to replace the damn floor. I want the damn thing outside. We brought that outside. We moved the generator down there. It was up here. So that thing's pretty cool. It really runs great on the propane, but propane does not last as long as gas. I just filled, we went to town today and got we got 10 gallons of gas, about 30 bucks worth. And how that $30 was all because of Karen playing games on her phone. That was 30 bucks that she earned playing games. Hats off to Karen. I need to play some more games on my phone, I guess. But yeah, 5 gallons of gas should last us 2 days. That thing does not take a lot of gas to run. It's a very small engine. It's a lot quieter than the big one that sits over there. So one of the projects this week is moving this. This is our kind of outhouse shitter / shower. That's coming down. We are going to move that up and probably right over here in this spot. So I've got to get this shit out of here, cleaned up, moved. I think I'm going to take that log and I'm going to set that down, and I'm going to use that for a base for the skids to sit on, since I already have it cut on 2 sides, and whichever side's better. I'm not going to cut no more cedars, ripping them. I do want to rip that pine. I want to try and rip that pine and make some planks out of it. Pine's a lot softer than that cedar. I got some ripping blades for my chainsaw, but the chains don't fit the saw blade bar that came on my chainsaw. So in order to use those, I'm going to have to get the bar that's specifically made for those chains, or return the chains. But I don't know where to get any more chains for that saw that I bought. That's the only thing about buying stupid shit off of Amazon. It's funny because I bought those LifePo 4 batteries for the solar system, and as soon as I bought them, they were out of stock, and I couldn't find them on there anymore. So I got a hold of the company, sent them an email, and then I got an email back saying that, well, he gave me a link to where they were on Facebook again. So I can buy them on there. I just don't know why. Like, they must sell them in 4s, set of 4s. And once they're sold, they go to the next set and sell those. So when those are sold, that's it. But that's kind of stupid. If you have a company, you know, I'm sure you can put on there the quantity that you have left. But yeah, what I got, it's called a Gatell. I paid 120 or something like that for 130. I had a neighbor tell me that I could have went down here and right as you go into town and get a Husqvarna for 100 and something, but I don't know about that. I've never seen a Husqvarna for that cheap. Unless it was a small saw. That bar right there is a 20-inch. The one I have on it right now is an 18. I put the 18 on so I could saw up a bunch of trees up there, cut up a bunch of trees. Man, that thing just rips through trees. Oh, I love it. It might be a knockoff brand or a cheap brand, but it freaking runs, man. Choke it, 2 pulls, it starts, and then it shuts off, and then you take the choke off, and either 1 pull or 2 pulls, and it starts right up every time. And then I got a little orange saw. They call them limbers. They're for, like, you can wear it on a belt. They usually have hooks on them, and you can put them on some kind of rope or something, put them on your belt as you're climbing trees, and then when you need to cut limbs off, you use that because it doesn't kill your arms. I think the bar on that's only 20 or 12 inch, and I think I got a 10-inch bar in there. I gotta find that damn thing. I know I got a 10-inch bar, or I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have a 10-inch bar somewhere. It's either on that electric one that I have, or I bought one. But I bought 12-inch chains so I could put them on a 10-inch bar. I have a debarker that I want to use for the pine trees to get the bark off. There's a lot of these pines up here I'd like to cut down and try to make planks out of them. And there's a couple big bastards up here. I need to cut this one down right over here. It's over there and it's leaning that way. We were going to build the house over there, but I seen that and I'm like, nope. And then we also have another one. This one, it actually does lean. You can see it. It starts leaning right there and leans toward the house. I think if I cut that one, I think I can. I think I can get it between right there, between the shed and the house. If not, I might cut it so it goes over that way, maybe. Should be able to get it to go that way. The one right behind it is leaning backwards, so that's not a problem. But for now, those trees are going to be used for a playhouse, I guess. I mean, that pine tree's been standing here for a while. I don't think I'll have a problem with it. And that one over there, it's leaning a little bit, but not a lot, and it's pretty straight, but I just don't want it there. That's got to come down sometime. And that's in a good spot because when I cut it, it'll lay right there. I'll probably put some logs underneath it so when it falls on the logs and I can cut it up. I can probably get 5 8-foot logs out of that. So when I cut them, they'll probably be about 2 inches longer than 8 foot. So when I do cut them, they shrink a little bit once they dry. But that way, there, once I cut them and they dry, then I can cut them when they're dry to the length I want them. Now I want 8 footers. I don't want nothing longer. 8 foot's long enough for me to handle. I don't want nothing longer unless I have. I'll probably use some of the smaller pines that are up in the woods. Let me see. Right up there, that one. There's a nice one up there. It's only like 10 inches round. That'll probably be a beam. I need like 5 of those, I think. I wanted to use these cedars for posts. I'll have to get my other ripping blade out and try it and see what it does, but I'm gonna use this one here for now for to sit down here. We got some storms coming, so I need to get some shit put away. I think that pepper plant in there is gonna have to get moved out of that and put it over there somewhere. We had some broccoli plants in that middle one on this side, but damn dog got into it. I don't think we're gonna have any broccoli. But I might as well put that pepper plant over there and get it transferred over. These, hopefully these tomato plants survive. The one on the left-hand side here, on the back side here, looks like doubles. That one's doing pretty good. Can't wait till next year. And I have a garden over there, right over here. If you come up the driveway, you can go over that way. I park over here on this side, right over here. But you can go up that side over there. That's where the garden will be. Then I don't have to mow the damn thing. And I think there's a big stump over there too, so I don't have to worry about that. But I just got to start getting some dirt transferred or go get dirt. I need somebody to bring up some stone too next year. I gotta down there. I've got to put a pipe down there. Get that all cleaned up. Put a pipe down there and put some stone down. Then I want stone up to. You can see right there on the side of the house. There's a bush growing. I want the stone on the other side of that bush, lower side, and come up the front side of the house here. And then we'll park right over here somewhere out in the front. This will all be our yard. But I try and get it cleaned up, and I'll probably end up putting the septic down that way because we got to put a lot of dirt in here. So I'll probably just have somebody start bringing dirt up and try to level this off in here all the way down to the woods. I'll have to have somebody clean up that shit down there, get all those little trees out, and I think there's a cedar tree right there behind my little trailer that needs to come out. We get all that crap cleaned up down there and then put dirt down so we can put the septic down there. But we're going to try and get help with the septic through Social Security. Someone told us we can get help through that because Karen's on SSI and so is Skylar. But we're going to try that and see what they say. But if we get septic, then we can get the water put up here, or I can get the water put up here myself, and then we can get electric. I know I kind of want to be off grid. I don't want to use electric for as much as I would like to, but it's always nice to have some electric in the tool shed, and we'll run whatever we have to inside, like the refrigerators or the freezer. That way that shit can stay on constantly. I hate shutting it off and on. It gets shut off at night and it gets turned back on when we get up in the morning. But just that little time overnight, it starts to unthaw. But it probably takes all day for it to refreeze. So tomorrow's task is getting this shit cleaned up here. Take that down to Jim so he can burn his pile up. And then I gotta get his key and go down and get more water. Our water's getting low. The only reason our water's getting low is because we did like 3 loads of laundry. And it's been probably taking showers a little bit more frequently. Take one in the shower, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Get all the sweat off this. Last night was not bad. It was nice. I actually had my sheet over top of me. The night before though, it was terrible, man. We go to bed with the solar on, and probably usually around 4 or 5 in the morning, if we're running the fans, it runs out. Like if we would have enough power to run 2 fans maybe, and her chair. I mean, her chair doesn't run all night, but it's constantly on. Has a light for the remote, and then everything that she charges overnight. That's what I try. I don't care about I was letting the internet on overnight in case anything would ever happen, but if anything ever happens, you guys can get a hold of us in the morning. There's Miss Daisy. Karen just left her out. What are you making? Alright. Yeah, so that's one of the problems we have too. We can't keep milk. You gotta drink the damn shit or use it quick. So I think we're gonna start just buying powdered milk. We don't use milk too much. I mean, Skylar eats cereal in the mornings. Karen does sometimes. I do very occasionally. I can't remember the last time I had cereal in the morning. But, you know, we get the munchies at night or something. We don't have nothing to really snack on, so I'll get the cereal out and have a bowl. Like I said, though, I can't remember the last time I did that. Usually our snacks at night are healthy snacks. We usually have a salad. I can't wait for our lettuce to come up. We'll have lots of salad. I love salad. We all love salad. And I don't care what kind of lettuce it is. Prefer romaine. Iceberg's okay, but it's really full of water. Really get up. I ain't really cooling off out here. I'm gonna get off here. This is a little video just to show you guys what we've been doing. Now I'll do a live tomorrow since it's Sunday. Yeah, I'll do one tomorrow. I'll just set up you guys here somewhere so you can watch me clean up all this crap. Put it on the trailer. Probably take you along. Shit, I can't do a live too far away because internet doesn't work very far and we don't get service here. So I will probably just stop the video when I take the stuff over to Jim's and make a video of me taking it over and post it. I want to try and get this stuff cleaned up behind me and to get those logs moved and try to get the rest of the stuff up that way cleaned up. Around that way. That way, this way, that way. I want to try and get that stuff cleaned up and then move this stuff here all this stuff here. This 2x6 right here. That's what I was using for my chainsaw mill, that thing right there. I would put that on top of this board, or the log, screw it fast, and then run that on top of that board so you get a nice even cut all the way down your board. And then once you do that, you can take it off and then just lay it right on top of your board and just keep cutting. So I got to move that stuff. I want to get this log here moved too, and I'm probably gonna cut that stump there off, cut that stump, get that log there moved, and all this stuff down here, get it all cleaned up. I might try to break up some of this rock tomorrow and see if I can get a little pile of rock going so I can build a fireplace. I need to get some cement block or something and actually make a real one and then take the stone and put on the outside and make it look nice. But if I gather up stone now, I'll have those. I got a lot of stuff to do. It's like start doing one thing and then start doing another thing, and oh my god. Might have to do some clothes tomorrow because my shirts get awfully sweaty. You can see this is all wet here. I don't know how the hell this is dry, but this is all freaking sweaty. But I bought these shirts because they were wicking shirts and they help get the sweat off your body quicker. But this is going to be the priority tomorrow, getting all this stuff moved, and then we're going to leave that up probably, but I'm going to get 2 pallets over there, 2 nice. Well, actually, I might just use that pallet over there. That's one of those big ones that I used for my shed. I might just use that for the floor because there's barely any space in between the boards, which would be perfect. So I'll use that, and then I'm just going to build the sides on it, and then I'm right in front of the shitter is going to be the door, and then it's going to be divided in half inside so you can walk through into the shower. But at least this way we're going to have a shower separate from the toilet. Because right now, as we're getting a shower, the water gets up on where the seat's at to go to the bathroom and drips down in the bucket, and then gets too much water in the bucket. So it's easier if you don't have a lot of liquid in the bucket, so it dry when you're ready to take it out, it dries out quicker. You can either we burn it. We've been putting it on the fire once it's dried out, and burn it in the fire. So like your poop will burn, everything burns. But we put wood chips in with it to help soak up all that stuff, and then those wood chips help it to evaporate the liquid that's in it. That's what helps it dry out a lot faster. So I am going to look for a different kind of toilet. I would like to get I'd like to get an incinerator toilet, but I've seen you can take these totes and make biodigesters, they're called. So you take your poop and you gotta put a tube down inside, and you cut it at an angle so when you're putting your poop in, it's able to get out. And then you fill this up with water about to there. It's pretty much like a septic system. You gotta have a pipe coming out too. It actually will create methane gas, and people collect that methane gas so you can use it on your propane stove. I'm not really worried about collecting the gas, but I need to have a pipe there so the gas can escape. But when I do, that's not going to be the one. When I do that, it'll be somewhere up in the woods over here, somewhere behind the shed, somewhere where it's flat up in there, so I can place it up there. I don't want the methane gas being right next to the house, because it is explosive. But all that methane gas inside there, it will catch on fire. So I might do something like that, because then you can all the stuff that's in there will get broken down by natural bacteria, turn into like a liquid, and then you can use the liquid on your gardens and stuff, help grow stuff. But I don't know, I'll probably just have somebody come up and pump it out. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I don't have a farm or something that I can use it like widespread farming. But that's one idea. Or I could do an incinerating toilet where it just burns everything. But then you need, most of those, you need electricity and gas. I don't have electricity. I'm not hooking it up to a generator just to burn my shit. But if we find out we can get help with the septic system, the way that'll work is they'll take so much out of Karen's check. I think somebody said you have to, it's like 15% or whatever. I think if it costs $15,000 to have a septic system put in it, 15%, I'm pretty sure is what, $1,500, something around that.